Let's do this, boys.
I was born by the river, born in the USA.
Let's do this.
Alrighty then, and welcome back to the Structured Chaos Podcast. Boys, second one in a week. It's feeling pretty good.
We're going back to back like Jordan, 96, 97. Oh.
You guys are lucky. Oh, y'all.
Yep.
We don't do this for... No, we basically do this for free. 2 days a week out of our busy schedules.
Yeah.
You should feel grateful,
Yeah.
at very least.
I mean, it's pretty easy for me, actually.
Yeah, we're just pranking you. I'm just pranking you guys.
I mean,
we love it.
Yeah.
we love
do.
our viewers,
That's-
baby. Especially Gabe Stetler, if he's listening.
We really love doing this, so, I mean, 2 days a week it's not like a chore or anything to do this for us. So, we're really happy. But we're going to start off today with, we're not going to have an Aiden story time today. We're going to have an Aiden's question. So I'm gonna throw it over to Aiden.
Questions.
What's the worst name you could give a baby?
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a tough one.
This is tough.
Bro, y'all weren't expecting that, were you?
No, that's deep. This is tough because, like, there's a lot of names
I'll go last.
There's a lot. Oh, dude, I have a good one. This is specifically for my last name. Wait, Can we just, like, name a couple? Do we have to do one?
Yeah, we can name a couple.
Let's each do one first.
Okay, well,
Okay.
one specifically, the worst thing I could name my child, for all of you that don't know, my last name is Troutman. Yes, like the fish. So, the worst name I could name my kid is Fisher Troutman. If I name my kid Fisher, he would get fucking roasted for the rest of his life.
It's over.
I mean, never in my fucking life would I even think about naming my kid Fisher, even if my last name wasn't Troutman, because that's just, I'm sorry if your name's Fisher, but I'm not a fan of that name. But yeah, Fisher, for me personally, if I had a kid, the worst thing I could name my baby would be Fisher.
Well, I think what else would be worse is maybe, like, if they named their kid, like, Hunter Troutman. Like,
yeah, that
that's
could be
still,
bad.
like,
Anything in the category of, like, game
outdoorsy,
sports.
yeah.
like gamey stuff. Like
That's so
outdoorsman
that's
stuff.
so accurate.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah. For
Even
me,
rod, like fishing rod, like Rod Troutman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, I really have a pet peeve with the people whose names are like a play off a different name, but they spell it really weird. So, like, for the name, like, Braden, like, it should be like a simple, like, Braden or like a Bray maybe Den, but I just don't like all the extra, like, letters and everything.
Fluff.
Like, yeah,
I know what you
I have
mean.
the extra fluff, like, to make your kid unique. It's like, that's just a
Do
little
you know what
bit.
the most unique thing to do that I've ever seen is actually my sister. Put an IE instead of a Y on the Molly.
No, that's dope.
that's insane.
See, I like thinking outside the box, but I know what I'm saying. I hate-
that's an example of outside the box.
but it works.
Like, I
That's what
mean,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
I don't necessarily mean just, like, changing
No,
it
I know what
colorway.
you're saying.
I just mean-
You can get too much change.
If
You're like,
you-
whoa,
like,
just relax. Just be normal, okay?
Adding
Chill.
unnecessary, annoying letters that don't really, like, just adding, like, a K instead of a C. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like
Or
Chris with
something
a
like
K.
that.
Yes,
shit like that.
yeah.
Or, like, Carl with a K. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
like,
not
dude-
needed. Like,
I know what you mean. Like, just in general.
Still, it's
adding
a,
stuff.
yeah.
it's a pet peeve of mine when, like, there are certain names that aren't like there's a way to do it interesting, like the Molly example. There are ways to do it that's interesting and unique, but then there's a way to do it. I think I don't have a problem. I'm just realizing this now. I don't have a problem as much.
Existential.
I'm thinking about it. This is a really
Noah's
good
losing
question.
it. Noah's
I don't
losing
have a problem as much with the spelling of a name as much as, like, a name that is so similar that's, like, based off of a common name. So, like, with Braden, you could have, like, Caden, Zayden,
Oh,
Raiden,
yeah, I know
like,
exactly.
Maiden.
Dude, you fucking nailed it. Give me knuckles with
Like,
that. That's
especially,
so
like, the
true,
name
though.
Zayden.
That's so
Like,
true.
Oh, my God. Why would you name your kid that? Why would
Like-
you do that to them? Like, for Max, like, naming your kid, like, Dax.
I was just gonna say, like, naming your, like, based off of Zach, naming your kid Dak. Like, shit like that.
It's like, why?
Dak's kind of cool, though.
Like, I don't
know, man.
Or, like, I know what you're saying.
I'll
bro.
be honest. I think Dak's dope.
That's what I'm saying. Dak's a bad example. That's what I'm saying for
Yeah.
that. But, like you said, like,
Zayden.
Zayden or Caden. So, I know Caden. And I
You know
like
what?
him,
You
but
know what? The Caden Braden I get. Zayden, I'm cool with Zayden. That's fine.
Zayden.
There's just, like, there are these things that you
Also combines my
What about Aiden?
Well, that's its own name though.
That's
That
what I
has
mean,
never
yeah, no, I
been.
get
That
you.
has never been related to Braden.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. No,
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're saying.
that's my.
Glad
pet
you
peeve.
two are on the same page. I'm lost, but it's okay. Anyways, mine. When parents think it's cute to name their kids old lady names, bro.
Oh, like
Deborah
Betty.
or Barbara.
Betty.
Edith,
Oh, dude, my little brother.
Agnes.
My little brother like
Gertrude.
goes to school with like these two kids, and then one's name is like Kathy, and the other's like what's the other? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's kids like around Eli's age, and he goes like Kathy and Ethel. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh my
Like, bro, come on, it's 2020. I can't think of anyone other than my grandma that should be named Deborah. Deborah's bad enough.
Well,
man.
there are just names that you think of that literally only apply to adults. Like, when is the last time you heard of a child's name as being Larry?
Probably Larry's Pizza and Shoves.
That's not a kid.
That's funny because I know a kid whose nickname is Larry.
Yeah, but like your actual name is Larry, or like
That's fair.
Like, think about anyone from
like his name is
like when we
Larry.
were seniors in high school. Was anyone 9 through 12 named Larry? No.
no, but like there are names like this, like that are kind of dying out and being
Like
replaced.
they're archaic.
Where
Like,
you
They're
hear them
gonna,
and you're
nah,
just
dude, they'll turn
They'll
back.
turn around.
They'll turn back around.
But like for instance, right now my grandparents, both my grandma's names are Peggy and Deborah.
no yeah,
Kids,
nobody's
no kids would like. I wouldn't name my like. Obviously, it's.
I'm telling you, bro, they'll come back
I think
around.
Peggy actually, but Deb especially is a very archaic thing these
It's a
days.
very old name, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, like back to the cool names, like spelling Riley Ryli.
Yeah,
like
that's
Riley,
what I
like,
meant.
That's dope.
I realized that. I realized
That's like
the
another.
Molly
That's
thing.
another example of thinking
I
outside
realized
the box.
what I'm upset with is the things that where they try to like make it sound different by
Outside
adding
the
like a
box,
different thing, and it irks me. It irks me when you try to take a name and then you just add a little bit of the
sauce.
the phonetic difference, like the sound difference.
It's like when you add too much spice, as opposed to just.
It's like these people like took a name like Molly and they were like, Molly, Bolly, Coley, Raleigh. That's it, Raleigh. We'll name our kid Raleigh. And it's just like, what?
Yo, Raleigh. That's it. In our generation, you name your kid Raleigh, all I'm gonna think about is diary when you're a kid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like, oh, you name your kid Raleigh?
dude.
Is he a little cornball?
You know what's another good one? Like Greg. Like no one names their kid Greg.
That's true.
Greg's okay. Greg will come back around.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
But Raleigh though, that's
That's
dead.
You're gonna get clowned.
That's dead. You're gonna get clowned.
What's your worst? You still haven't given your worst.
I did.
Oh yeah, he did it.
Old lady names,
Yeah,
bro.
old-
Oh, that's
Agnes,
I thought
Edith,
see, we're just
Ethel.
like spitballing here. I thought you just like jumped right in with the.
Nah.
Dude, can I do like my? I think you guys are like my two. Well, a couple of my like baby names I want to name my children.
Okay.
While we're on
that's
the
fair.
topic. No, I,
want to or don't you?
no, I'm saying can I? That I want to name them. Because I think I have some pretty cool names.
All right.
Yeah,
Like this is gonna happen if I have kids. I want to name the kid Milo, if he's a guy, Milo Troutman, or Charlie Troutman. Because Charlie's
I
like
like Charlie.
Charlie fits the Troutman aesthetic.
You know why I like Charlie?
What?
My middle name's Charles.
Woo!
Wow.
Yeah, my dad was like, "You should name him Charles." I'm like, "No, that's the point." His
No,
name's
I
just Charlie.
like Charlie.
My uncle's name is Charles.
Do you guys like Milo?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I think Milo's
Oh,
dope.
Very
there's
original.
another thing that irks me real quick. Last one, I promise.
Oh, boy.
then we're moving on. People
Hey, no one's
who,
annoyed.
People who name
pissed.
this is like a subject that has actually irked me for some time. People who name their kids after historical events / geographical
Is that a
geographical
thing?
locations. Like kids who name like somebody who names their kid like Asia or like Malibu or like Florida.
Yeah, when they overthink it.
I'm cool with it though.
I don't like that. I'm not with that.
for instance, I was thinking about for a daughter. I was gonna name my kid
Malibu's a
Lyric.
little.
Lyric.
Oh, lyric.
How do you feel about that?
That's fair.
You're allowed to not like it. It's fine.
I
No,
kinda
I
don't
mean
like
I'm
it.
like
I'll
something.
be honest. I'm Max. You know I'm a straight shooter with you.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's fine.
I think it's fine, but I don't want you to like I would only have a problem if you named your daughter like Miami.
Which I would never do. Mifflinburg.
Mifflinburg Troutman.
Bro, get out of here. Get out of here.
Mifflinburg Stetler.
Or like you know what I mean? Like if
Oh,
you name
no,
your kid
absolutely.
like Burbank.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Who would name their kid Burbank?
People would do it.
People do it,
People
dude,
are
like-
crazy.
Like Burbank, California.
Yeah, like just random places. Like if I name my kid like Tokyo.
That's kind of tight.
Well-
Tokyo Troutman, bro. That's tough, bro. That's tough.
I don't know.
Kind of tough.
No, yeah, I know what you're saying, though. No, I think... See, like, lyric might... Because I'm not sold on the lyric name yet. And, like, that's might be me thinking
These
too
are
much.
some things that just annoy me.
Hey, and that... Your freaking Ames question was
Wow.
fire.
Dude, that was a last minute come up out of nowhere clutch shot from 3. Didn't have a question coming in tonight, and I was like, bro, I've been making this a segment.
Mhm.
It's just been a thing. Like, I got to come up with something.
Yeah. It's
Boom.
True. It's true.
Cash.
3-pointer cash money, baby.
Cash money. Heroes. Yeah, that's fucking beautiful.
Does anybody else have anything to say on the baby names?
I'm out. I said, dude, I was not planning on that being
That was
a
so
whole
good, though.
a whole 10 minutes of
Dude,
conversation.
we could literally do... That could be a potential... For all you viewers, that could be a potential... Let us know. It could be a potential top 5, like, worst/best
Top 5
baby
worst baby names.
Like, we could do a full pod on that. Like, just think about how fired up we got off of one, based off of one
I wasn't even that fired
impromptu
up.
question.
And I was
fucking-
like-
no one I were like, no, especially was like getting into it.
There are just
I
things.
understand.
There are things that irk me that people do that I want to correct. I'm sorry, but that's how I am.
Real quick, but we, in the middle of us going to the next topic. My uncle. So today, guys, for all you listeners, especially, I tweeted today. I just ate a sunflower seed out of my belly button. Is that sus? Because the sunflower seed fell in my belly button. I just picked it out and ate it. And my uncle just texts me. He goes, I know he'll be listening to this. He goes, bro, shirt off. Usually popcorn in the belly button for me. I'm in the mouth. It goes, fuck the haters, lol. I'm like, lol.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, what is that? Is it sus that I ate it out of my belly button?
Well, how far did it go?
It was just. I mean, it was in. It was in there. Like it was pretty deep.
Did you wipe it off at least before you popped it in your
No,
mouth?
I just picked it up and ate it.
How long was it in there?
I mean, like it was
Like
like
a
a
couple
solid.
seconds?
It was like a solid. No, it wasn't like an all day. Like oh, here's like my belly button lid. Like, oh, it's a sunflower. No, it was like I was sitting on my porch with my shirt off, and it fell in there, and I just glanced down at it, and I was like, oh, whatever, fuck it, and I put it in my mouth. It was like a 2-second thing.
Did it taste any different?
No, it's not like my belly button has fucking fungus in it.
Okay, then I think it's fine.
Okay. I mean, no one really responded to me on the Twitter, so I think everyone was just like, "This kid's
Can I be honest with you,
Yeah.
Max? I didn't know what to say. Like, you want a response?
Well,
No, I gotta say something. You want a response on a sunflower seed fell into my belly button. What do you want me to say to that, man?
I just asked if it was sus. Like,
Sus.
You could just comment yes or no. I should have done a poll. I was expecting like Tanner to comment or Igor.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know what was appropriate to say right then. I was like,
Because you don't know if it's sus or not.
I don't
Like,
know.
It's like it's my mind. I'm in the same mindset as you. I'm like, is it sus, guys? I don't know, man.
I think for me, if it was,
that's
it
what
was
I didn't want to answer.
Yeah, 'cause you
Listen,
don't
I'm
know.
not.
Yeah.
No, listen, I'm not qualified to answer that question.
I don't think anybody
a
is.
doctor maybe.
Like the only thing I would say you can't like really eat is something that has like liquid on it or is wet.
What
Like
about-
I wouldn't eat that if that fell in my.
What about a
belly button.
Skittle?
A Skittle, yeah, fine.
Yeah, okay.
As long as you don't feel like anything like gross on it. then-
Oh, yeah, I mean, I just popped it. I didn't even check, to be honest. I just popped it right back.
Oh, dude, you all got me giggling over here. That tweet was hilarious. I did, like, I'm sorry. I'll go back and like it. I just wasn't thinking at the time. Dude, that's hilarious. Like, that's hilarious.
Advanced humor over here.
Advanced humor.
But really, it's simple.
It's very simple, but it was a posing question.
Now
It was
I'm
just
just
like,
thinking-
I don't know how to answer that.
I'm just thinking of you like just sitting there like staring at it for like 5 minutes. Like, should I?
See,
should
but
I not?
That's why I tweeted like that.
Well, and I got a notification for it too because I have because of SCP. I got
You should retweet it on the SCP account.
Well, I have to now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to now.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So the topic of this podcast is not sunflower seeds and belly buttons or baby names. It's actually something completely unrelated. We're talking about movies and more.
Gotcha. You didn't even know what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna title
Oh,
this
surprise.
something like belly button lint or something. Like, we're not gonna
Belly
have
button
this. This
symbol.
isn't gonna be like
This-
movie.
this
It's
is
gonna be
movie pod.
like
Belly button.
it's gonna have a shocking title, and it's just gonna be like. Then halfway, like 15 minutes in, you're gonna go, oh.
Oh shit!
Like, they have actual
movies.
This is about movies. Okay.
Yeah, but more specifically, we're going to talk about movie adaptations from books. So we had already done a movie podcast way back in the day
On the Zoom.
on the Zoom. So
Boom.
what? Probably like at least a month ago.
It was in
right?
April, probably.
Yeah, so at least 2 months ago, probably.
Wow.
Early April.
Time flies when you're
Mid-April.
having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is going to be our next segment, or moving forward, our next discussion on movies as a general, because it is quite a large topic. So we're thinking we would probably do multiple podcasts on it. This one, we're talking about movies that have come from books. So boys, I want to hear, what do you think is a movie or movie series? Because if it's off a book, it's most likely a movie series. Those are the more famous ones, especially off of like a kid's one. So I want to hear, what do you think, what movie or movie series has done the best job of explaining a book in its entirety, or like the essence?
Would you like to go first, Maxwell?
Uh,
Well, I just wanted to we both made eye contact with each other, and I think it was important that I didn't
yeah.
get anything out of it. There wasn't.
I didn't
any-
really get anything.
I know.
I think it was like bro love.
I think you guys are. I thought
We're
you
just
guys were
having a
like.
moment.
I think. Well, I was like, let's try and figure out which one of us is going to go first.
But for me, it was
Oh.
strictly just like blank, like staring into Aiden, but like not thinking about
I
it.
thought I looked different than I did. I guess I don't. We're gonna have video of it. It's
Yeah,
just
we'll
gonna
have
be
video
hilarious.
evidence. But yeah, I guess I'd like, it's kind of tough because a lot of the books, I think most of this is gonna be focused on books we read in like 4th to like 9th grade, because that's when I was doing most of my reading. Because then I was like, fuck reading, I'm cool. So I'm gonna wear J's even though I'm
Bro,
fucking.
you hit sophomore year. It's like, what books? You want me to read a book?
Sophomore years, all the hot older ladies, and you're just like,
Well, it's like
that's all you care about,
sophomore
I'm
year.
not
It's
gonna
like,
lie.
dude, you want me to read a book? Like, I've got Vine.
or
YouTube.
dude, you didn't see the movie? Go. Do you have a Netflix?
bro.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. But so it's weird for me because there's a lot of good adaptations and bad. Immediately, what comes to mind is Harry Potter, and I think
same. I mean,
like we talked about doing like movie / book by book or movie by movie, like a series kind of out of Harry Potter. But like I think they definitely did really, really well at adapting that into movies. Now, I mean, keep in mind like the 6th one specifically, I remember reading that, and then the movie was totally
dude,
different.
the movie was like everybody's horny.
Yeah,
We're all
but
horny.
the book is not. The book
The
is
book
so
not-
Horcrux.
The book is so much more focused on the Horcrux, and the movie is just like teen romance.
which I guess is fine because it makes for a good
You're
movie.
gonna sell more.
But yeah, so Harry Potter comes to mind, 1 through 7 in general. I think for good movies.
Well,
But I mean, there's
Can
even
I have
problems with it.
Exactly which movie?
Yeah, go for it.
Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah,
That's
that's
your
like
favorite?
that's book.
Well, no, that's the one that is like perfect. Like I think.
I would that's not my favorite personally. I
We're
like.
not, are you not saying perfect favorite though? Are you? You're just saying like
No, I'm
that's
saying,
your
like,
perfect book to.
It's
Yes.
a quality movie, yeah.
I thought it did everything right,
Yeah, I would say so. It was
and that's what I'm saying is like it's the best.
It's a
book.
perfect adaptation.
the only one that I really didn't enjoy, and this is probably because I didn't enjoy the book either, was the 3rd one.
I actually liked Azkaban. Reading it, I liked especially.
Like the only thing that I didn't like about it is there was no set like bad enemy. There was no real like enemy. Like the enemy was a guy, but then he wasn't an enemy anymore. I kind of thought it was a little boring. They also didn't leave Hogwarts, like the surrounding place.
Oh, that's right. They were trapped that whole movie. I don't know. I get what you're saying. I mean,
I didn't enjoy that one really.
we could delve into Harry. But in general, would you
in
say?
general, yeah, obviously, yeah. The movie
In
was
general,
good.
it does a very excellent job.
Yeah.
I think.
And yeah, I like I said, we'll go into more detail with that. I think because that's a very in-depth topic.
Can I be honest? It got a little too supernatural
What,
at the end.
movies?
No,
I think
like
that's
at
just
the very
'cause
end.
they wanted to show off CGI, maybe.
I know,
But
and like
yeah.
in the book, Voldemort just gets carried to a grave in Hogwarts.
Right.
Because he was a student. It was Tom Riddle. In the movie, he like evaporates. It's
Well,
like
it's
whoa,
like-
whoa,
it's
whoa,
like-
whoa, whoa. They're human.
Well, it's like
Chill.
as you keep reading the books, it's like it almost gets like more and more detailed about like what the characters are thinking, like what exactly is happening around. Because
Well-
I think the 5th book is the longest at like 700 pages.
And it's honestly that's my favorite book /
yeah,
movie.
that is my favorite one too.
It's like
5th one.
it's so good, and that's the thing. I mean, because with those books especially, like 1 through 7, they get longer and longer, and you still
Yeah.
gotta fill that hour and a half to 2 hours thing.
Can I spit some bars real quick?
Yes.
1 through 4, Chamber Secrets. 4 through 7, Order of the Phoenix.
books.
as far as book to movie. And then
That's-
Goblet of Fire is just like it's there.
I
I
think-
think it's my favorite
It's
movie.
my favorite movie
It's my
as well.
favorite movie, but
It definitely is the best movie, but what I would say is Goblet of Fire is definitely the book/movie that you can watch and enjoy with knowing nothing about Harry Potter. It's the most
I was
wide
gonna say
audience
watching
friendly.
it as a kid is like
It's the most
fucking
wide
awesome,
audience
man.
friendly like
Christmas is in
movie.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's my favorite part when they're playing chess. Wait, that's in the first one though, actually.
no, I'm talking about the Yuletide ball or whatever.
Oh, dude.
Oh, the ball.
Can you do the hippogriff, mama, mama? I love that fucking part.
Well, it's not just, and it's also not just because Robert Pattinson is also in it. So
Yeah.
that's
Well,
the wide appeal
I think
as well.
there's
but-
wide appeal that shit.
Was he even in?
No, that was the only one he's in. Because Cedric
Was he
Diggory
in-
dies after that one.
No, I'm saying was he in Twilight before that?
After.
After, definitely.
So that's crazy.
But he did a pretty good job, I think.
I don't know. Okay,
So-
like I just think 4 was cool because
It
had,
was
it had a
cool.
lot of teen elements,
It
but it
definitely had
also
the
focused
best-
on the story.
It definitely had the best, or I would say like the most like movie friendly story, in that there's like all these events happening and la la la, and then like you have to compete in these challenges.
And there's also the romance.
It's- And there's so much romance.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
um.
Oh, and the Quidditch tournament at the beginning.
Oh
the
yeah.
World Cup.
Yeah, the World Cup that gets burned
that's
down.
dope.
It's so important because there's big things happening with Voldemort that are throughout the whole movie. There's the Triwizard Cup in general, and then there's also like the teen character progression.
It's like
element.
it's like a teen romance sort of thing because of like Crumb and Hermione, and then Ron
There's
gets
a
all
love
pissed.
triangle.
The thing I
Harry's
hate,
in a love
the
triangle,
thing I
too.
didn't like
Yeah.
from book to movie, the book was so more detailed in the beginning. You
Oh,
got
I
to know,
remember
like
that.
you went through the whole
They went through,
final.
like the whole bracket and shit. I
Yeah,
remember
and
like
dude,
I
and
remember
one of the
everyone was
characters,
like,
one of the characters' name was Aiden. I was like, dude, bro, the Irish team, bro, I'm Team Irish, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But like the movie, you just see like the final. It's like, and it's Crumb, and he scores, and they win.
And that's it, yeah.
And it's like, well,
It's like, okay,
Which I
He's
get
hot,
why I get
yeah.
why they did that because that was a long movie if I remember correctly. But like, they could have. Who gives a fuck? 20 minutes of that would have been dope
yeah.
for everyone involved.
Well, what I mean is like, I think when she wrote the books, like the first book and the first movie, they left so much out of like the intro of the first book because it's just kind of like boring, really, because it's just talking about Harry's life up to that point and the
Yeah.
whole thing, and it's just like they live here, they went here. Mr. Dursley was like a salesman or whatever.
I think the first two you don't see Hagrid till like the 3rd or 4th chapter, and in the
Yeah.
movie it's like right away.
It's like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
So
that's why books are superior.
Yeah, they really are. I don't have patience for
Better
books
for
anymore.
immersing.
I mean, like other than like really simple books like Diary of the Wimpy Kid, it's really hard for me to. I don't know. But yeah, so we can all agree Harry Potter is one of the best adaptations. I would say, even though there's a couple. You know.
deviations. Well, there's
Now-
going to be deviations with all of them. You can't exactly create a book or else it's going to be 5 hours long.
Now, how do we feel? This is a big question. So, if you guys are our age, you probably read Percy Jackson at one point. How do we feel about? I'm not talking about the quality of the movie. I'm talking about true to the first book, to the movie.
The Lightning
They
Thief?
sucked.
You think the adaptation sucked?
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
The second one definitely sucked.
Second one sucked.
first
I
one
think the
was
first.
like-
I just mean like, was it
The
true
first-
to the story?
No.
Yeah, it has
barely.
redeeming qualities, in my opinion.
I think it ages better than original. Like I think if you look pure content wise, it follows the story well and doesn't leave a lot out. But it's just a shitty movie.
Well, and like Annabeth is like brunette.
Yeah, that's not
Like,
in,
yeah,
in the
that's
in the
true.
book. She's blonde.
It's like a big
They,
thing.
like
that
there's some
she's blonde.
little details that they.
I thought it was okay. It definitely could have been done a
I
lot
thought
better.
the second one was terrible.
Oh, the second one was awful.
Second
was
one
that
was
Sea of
garbage.
Monsters?
Yeah.
That was awful. You know what? I was pissed because I really wanted to see them do Battle of the Labyrinth. That was my favorite book.
Dude, I wanted to see them
And I
do the
wanted
fifth
to
one.
see
They had the freaking. Apparently, they're doing a series now on Disney Plus. Did you know this?
Yeah, I heard about.
Which that'll
wait,
be dope.
Wait, what fifth one? What was it called?
The what the fuck was that? Oh, something about the Titans. No, that was
Oh.
the third one.
No. You remember?
Oh,
Like,
the Fall of Olympus. I
you
think,
remember
or
how it like
something.
broke off? You guys remember how it broke off?
What do you mean?
I like how it broke off into like those two separate things.
Oh yeah,
like
the House
Heroes
of Hades
Olympus.
and yeah. Mm.
Yeah, like that was awesome. Like I read the second book.
Did you read all of them?
No, yeah. Well, no, I didn't read the.
I
third
have,
one.
dude. I have all of them.
I read
need to
the. So the first one was about Jason, right?
Yeah.
And the second one I read, I have that at home, The Son of Neptune. That's about Percy, and he ends up at the other camp. And then what's the third one? Is that about Nico?
There's 4, right?
Is there? I can't remember.
Dude, I have all of them. I need to read them. Like, this just reinvigorated me.
They're good.
I'm gonna start over and read Percy Jackson again, and like and
Percy's
then
like our
continue
age
off
in
into the
those.
branch.
Percy's our age in those books.
It's the time to do it because they're making the series out of it. So if we're gonna do it, we should probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I will say, Rick Riordan is a very good author. I just think they really let him down. He actually said on Twitter, I saw recently, that if you he said something like along the lines of, if you actually watch that garbage, because someone asked him about the movies, and he said something like, you might as well just not go. Like, he's like, you might as well put a blank screen up there for an hour and a half, because he was that like disappointed.
awful.
I'd be upset too.
It is awful.
You create this.
It's your life
you create
work,
this
and you
universe.
sign off for it, and then. I'm just glad that Disney Plus has a hold of it now. They'll do good with it. Like,
At least-
dude, if they make it Mandalorian-esque, but for Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's pissed in it. Like, hopefully he got the bag. That's all.
Yeah,
saying.
I'm sure he got the bag. I'm sure he's gonna get the bag more.
He's gonna get even more.
Disney
back.
comes in, bro. Pff.
Yeah,
Another
so-
good one though that I was thinking of, other than Harry Potter, Hunger Games. They did a solid.
Oh,
job. They
yeah.
did a
Yeah,
solid job.
that's good. At times, I think the movies actually exceeded the books,
I agree.
which is hard to say, but the movies were so
Well,
damn
the
good.
movie is so good because it's
Well,
like,
and they did so well, dude.
yeah.
They did amazing.
I think the movies specifically translate well because the books are about the spectacular, but when you're in the movie, you can see the whole
Well, the thing,
spectacularness of the books.
There were-
they did such a good job at making everything colorful and come to life. They wrote about
I
it.
think that was really like the first popular sort of like teen dystopian movie where so many people had no clue there was books.
Oh yeah.
Like nobody, like you go up to like a teenage girl on the street, like, I love the Hunger Games, go Katniss, and it's like, oh, did you read the books? She's like, there were books. Like, so many people didn't know there were books.
I read the books before the
So
I
did
heard
I.
about the movie.
So
So
did I.
yeah. I think we all did. You know what's crazy too? Especially with like series like that. Like that launched Jennifer Lawrence into the stratosphere. If you even look at Daniel Radcliffe, like Emma Watson, I guess she does some movies, but even Jennifer Lawrence is like a top movie star. And it's all
she
because
started winning stuff too. Like she's
That's what I'm
like,
saying. Like they were really successful.
Yeah, I mean those movies are great though.
Now,
Like-
if we're talking about the Hunger Games, we have to talk about the Divergent series. And I just think like even reading those was like a dark.
Yeah, I didn't even think
Underwhelming.
those books were that good. To
That's
be
what I'm saying.
honest.
Like when I read them,
the
it was
books
like
were
the Hunger
okay.
Games, but
yeah,
like-
it was like
it was the Hunger Games except worse.
Hunger Games watered down. Tried to be also Avatar a little bit with the four or five nations or whatever. Like
The paths or something.
and the book,
Yeah.
the movies are just like
It was like, well,
weird.
the whole concept is like, in a world where you can only think one way, and if you think like outside the box, you suck. And it was just like this whole
you know what it was?
it's the Giver.
It was Giver meets Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Giver meets Hunger Games with a little bit of what's that movie
That's
called?
that's another one though. The Giver, the book or the book of the movie.
The movie was weird, man.
I
The book was weird, to be honest. But wait, what's that?
I get like nightmares about the Giver.
The Giver's
bro,
pretty
because
good.
because I was like 12 and it was like
Yeah.
it's the first time you're like this could probably happen.
Yeah, like, pretty dramatic.
You should be a little scared.
What was
I don't.
what was the book / movie where they're like trapped in this thing and then they have to escape like the maze or whatever, and there's like these people outside?
Oh, Maze Runner.
Maze Runner.
Maze Runner.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Maze
say.
Runner's another one. That's like-
Divergent is like Hunger Games meets The Giver with a little bit of Maze Runner thrown in there.
Yep.
So
And it was never meant. It could never be a good movie. It was
No.
too weird and elaborate.
yeah.
Well, because once one of those things goes big, everything else is going to be looked at as a knockout. So it's like Hunger Games are huge. Even Maze Runner is like the step below. And then there's
Maze
like
Runner was actually. Have you seen the Maze Runner movies?
Yeah, they're cool.
I haven't read the books, but I've watched the movies.
I watched
and the movies
I
are
read
actually
the-
pretty
I
good.
read the book. It was
What was the comparison like to the movie?
I mean, I haven't seen like the whole movie. I heard the movies were good.
I liked them.
But the book, like, I just never really got into it. It was kind of hard to like understand like why they just
Yeah.
kept these kids away and like these kids are the key. It's like that with a lot of books, and then you eventually grow up and you're like, kids actually can't do that much. Like if I was 14 years old, I would not be roaming the country on my own trying to defeat like the Death Lord. Like that, and that's why wouldn't they send in the SWAT team?
Yeah. Do we have any other adaptations? I was gonna say Lord of the Rings, but for the most part they did well. They just left out a lot of stuff. Peter Jackson.
Well, they had to leave out a lot
That's
of
what I'm
stuff.
Because the movies are 3.5. I love the Lord. They did awesome.
The movies are so much longer than everything else.
Oh,
but the books.
if
are
we're
so-
talking about that, we have to talk about how shitty they did with The Hobbit.
you don't like it?
With the movies.
Which one in
I
particular?
like those movies.
The second one, bro. Legolas is not in The Hobbit.
That
Neither is
sucked.
Tariel. She's a made-up character. There's no love story between Tariel and Killy because Tariel doesn't exist. King Thranduil's barely in the fucking book.
Dude, I hate myself for not reading.
Hobbit's
Bro,
a
I was like, oh, the Hobbit's pretty good.
They're good movies.
The first movie was good, I thought.
No, yeah, the first movie was good, and then after that, there's no pale orc either. That's not a thing.
Yeah, that's not a thing. You're right.
There's so many things that they added to make it.
They just like.
It shouldn't have been a fucking trilogy. It should have been one book, one movie,
Smog
3-hour movie.
Was Smog in it at least?
Oh yeah, no, he's like the entire part of the book. But
Well,
that's what I'm saying. They overdone.
The first movie was good. I thought it was a very good movie.
Yeah, because they stayed true to the.
And I was excited for the next ones, and then they just throw all these different things at you, like the pale orc, like adding another enemy for some reason, even though the only enemy is the dragon, and they don't even need to add any other enemies because it's the Battle of the Five Armies plus a dragon. But then they need to throw in this other guy.
And also in the third one,
you know what they did? They confused me. I was like trying to count all the armies, and I was counting like the pale orc and his crew as an army. And
it's like the elves and dwarves aren't together. Like, and
I'm
then they're
so
against,
confused.
no,
Like I was just so
it was weird.
That's because they overdid it with all these storylines that weren't actually in the book. And if you in the third, so you know how the last movie is completely about the Battle of the Five Armies. I was excited for that going in. I'm like, oh, that's sick. But in the book, Bilbo gets knocked out, and you don't even get any details about. He wakes up and he finds out who died and who won, and that's it.
Yep.
So they had to make basically a full movie off of their own ideas. That's what it should have been one. What should have been 1 2.5 hour movie. But that's just an example of one of the worst ways you could go.
It should have been one.
Yeah.
One movie.
It's a 200-page book. It's one book, 200 pages.
They stretched it into.
Well, I feel like
that's why they added characters.
I feel like a lot of that they lengthened out Thorin's like character development way too long. Like he was
crazy.
So like bad for so long. You hated him for like such a long time, and you were just like I don't think it was that bad in the book. Like he was.
No, yeah, they make him so
but-
much worse in the movie.
I'm just like that just made me like ashamed to say I like those movies.
I think that's
like they're good movies if you don't
Should've
read the book, but if you read the book, they just
that's worst case scenario. I would say as far as adaptations go.
Really, that's your worst case scenario.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I'm gonna put out here. Have you guys ever seen the movie Aragon?
Oh,
that movie
that's bad.
is absolute trash.
I only read the first Aragon book, and even as
the books are.
It was
absolutely.
It was the first
beautiful.
books I read after Harry Potter.
Books. I love those.
So
books.
I'm in like 4th or 5th grade, and I was like, I can read this Aragon stuff. I couldn't. It was too long. I should have read it later. But no, what I'm saying is, I finished the first book still, and even as a kid, I said, this movie sucks.
It's an awful movie.
It's not.
It's
It's not the same.
Movie.
Yeah.
What I will say is, Christopher Paolini wrote those books when he was 18.
That's fucking sick.
Or he started. Well, he started.
That's sick.
18.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to think of like any other. I can't. Oh, Dive and Wimpy King could be argued.
They did. They ruined the first one was fine.
The second one.
They just soiled it.
Well, then they just stopped making them.
And then they like remade them with
other people.
Terrible Roderick. That guy.
The first Roderick's
I'm sorry
awesome.
for that guy.
Oh, have you ever seen like the videos on YouTube? It's like compilations of Greg's dad being like really creepy.
Yeah,
those are hilarious.
From which ones?
From every movie. It's just a compilation of him like acting really weird and creepy.
I mean, he was weird and creepy in the books. So
yeah. Loaded diaper.
Can you guys think of anything? I'm trying to think of like more relatable things for our listeners, but like I don't really know anything else. From that I read anyway. Book to Game of Thrones was pretty good, I would say.
The show it was very good until
towards
the
the
last
end.
season.
Yeah.
I mean everything ends like when the author stops giving them ideas. The show
Yeah, it's kind of on him.
just
it's kind of
screw it up.
Yeah.
But
Can you guys think of any other one? I really can't.
Game of Thrones is the only other one.
yeah, and that was done well. That was a show too, but it basically felt like.
I mean, once they ran out of material, yeah, it got bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked where they were trying to go with that.
Yeah, but
the
way they got
like
the only thing that makes me
doing.
really sad
Which
is
they could've
there was
done,
a source that told me that George R. R. Martin told the show enders or told the directors the ending, that his ending in mind, and I just feel like he's gonna do it, or I guess he did do it. I'm not clear on whether those books are out or not. Are they officially out?
The
I
new
don't
one?
think so.
Yeah.
No, he said
everyone's like still waiting.
Actually, I saw
Yeah.
a tweet that said he said if it's not out by like the 28th of this month, he's gonna put himself in prison or something.
Well, like
or if
that's
it's not done. If it's not done.
He released.
It's not done yet.
He
The
released
book's
a
not
book
done.
like a year or two ago. That was like a throwback book.
It's not based on.
I know it's
yeah.
well,
it is, but
it's like 400 years in the past, but it's
Yeah.
still a good book. But yeah, I've been waiting forever for those books, like for like 3 years at
I
least.
know you have, yeah.
And the only thing I'm worried about is he told the directors, but I just know he's gonna do it like in such a better way, like the ending. But people realize there are serious plot lines in the book that never got picked up in the show. Aiden, I don't know if you know this. Did you just watch the show, right? You didn't read the books.
I read the first book and a half.
Okay, so you won't know.
Exactly.
Let me explain this to you real quick. So you watched the whole show, right? Okay. You know Rhaegar, right? You know his kids, how they died? Like the mountain
Yes.
killed them? In the book, they actually got the kids out. There was some loyal knight or whatever to the king. He got the kids out. They replaced him with some farm boys. And at the end of the last book, the son, Aegon, Rhaegar's son, he lands in Westeros, and he's just like, I'm coming for my throne.
Yeah.
What?
Which
And Tyrion is not an advisor to Daenerys, he's an advisor to him.
That's a game changer.
Yeah. I don't know if
What happens to Daenerys?
Oh, she's like, I think, coming over too now, or soon. No, she's ruling in Marine when the show ends. She's like, I'm going to stay and rule
when the
in
books
Marine.
end.
When the books end. Because, you know, when
So
they were like,
yeah.
you need to stay and rule. We don't just need to keep going. That's when the books end. Or no, wait. I'm sorry. It's been 3 years. Forgive me for my memory. You know how Drogon was like going wild, so they released him, and then he came back at like the thing and took her out, and they were like looking for her. That's when the books end.
Oh.
When Drogon takes her out into the wild.
They're still a Marine, though.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's probably just going to stay in Marine then. That makes the
Well,
most
probably.
sense.
Well, we
Makes
don't know
most
yet.
sense for her to go mad over there.
But Tyrion never made it to her. He was going to advise her, but
instead
then
he found him.
He found him.
That's fine. I like that story better.
Yeah, but
And also, Jon Snow just died officially, like the first time in the book. So we don't know if he's going to get brought
He's
back
definitely going to come back.
in the books, but yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is going to come back in the books because he plays such a big role.
So that can be marked down as a good adaptation, but also a bad one that's not really anyone's fault.
But also, there were
they started the show and they had to finish it.
It was good. It was good if you're ignorant. It was really good, and the plot lines seem really complex and
Until the
interesting.
last season.
But there are plot lines that I dearly miss that I want to see broadcast on the screen.
Even
from the
people
book.
that didn't read the books, they go, "This ending sucks," and it's because it's rushed.
Yeah.
It's a rushed ending. They made Daenerys go crazy for no It would have made sense if she went crazy over like a season
Or two.
or two, and then at the end of the second season, she actually goes full crazy. That's when you end the series.
Well, they were so excited to get the bag, they just kept we need to release all these.
no,
Or if they set themselves an unnecessary deadline. I'm not sure
disappointing.
I block it out of my memory the last season because it's just shit.
Unfortunate.
which. I'm just looking forward to the books.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna reread them this whole series probably in
You should.
preparation. Yeah. I might
Anywho.
embark on that soon.
All right, anyway.
All right, but I feel like it's high time we get on to our top fives, boys.
Top 5. We haven't done one.
Top five.
So we haven't done one in like a couple weeks, have
Yeah.
we? Mm-mm. So this top 5 is going to be top 5 movies that you can watch on Netflix. Now, as we know, Netflix does not always carry the movies we want. We'll search a movie on Netflix and we'll just be like, oh, Netflix doesn't have it. But
Right.
that does not mean Netflix
Doesn't
not
have gems.
Yeah, does not have some bangers out there. So we're going to do our top 5 movies that are available on Netflix. So Aiden, we're going to start with you, number 5.
Can I do honorable mentions first? If anyone
Oh, yeah.
has?
Oh, I don't know. All right.
I just wanted to do before we started
Yeah,
this.
go for some.
I didn't want to include any of these in my top 5, but I don't know if any of you guys know this. I'm a big rom-com fan. I know these two know that, but like I'm a sucker for like The Notebook and shit. But what I'm really a sucker for is late 90s like alternative movies that are like rom-coms. So I have like a little list here. If you guys like rom-coms, I have Perks of Being a Wallflower that came out in 2012.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of that one.
It's a
I've heard
real
of
good
it. I
one.
haven't seen
Very
it.
alternative indie thing. Can't Hardly Wait. That has what
No
the fuck's
clue.
her name? Jessica Biel? I don't remember her name. She's popular now. Seth Green's in it and shit. It's a really good one. Just Friends, Ryan Reynolds and some other girl from like 03. It's a solid one. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, of course.
Classic.
And then Chasing Amy has like Ben Affleck in it. And those are just some good rom-coms. If you're looking for like an hour and a half, you want to fall asleep, you want to like not necessarily cry, but you want to have a laugh and like get a little sad.
I love how you go from the extremes there. You don't necessarily want to cry, but you want to laugh.
Yeah. Like no, it's funny. They're like the movies that like,
yeah, I get what you mean. Like, it's funny, but it makes you feel good.
There's like some Blink-182 in the background, and they're like at a party and shit. Like low quality, like late '90s quality. It's just good. But those are all on Netflix, and if you like rom-coms, go watch them.
Yeah.
Aiden, now you can do your top 5.
Go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna switch it up.
Okay.
Go for it. My number 5, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care if it's a popular movie, dude. That is freaking gold.
Such a good movie.
Gold. Absolute gold.
I have that on my honorable mentions, but I didn't want to say it because I figured you would.
You knew, dude. Me and Max watched it. What?
I don't know. A couple weeks
We
ago,
watched, like,
Emily and Heidi came over, but Heidi wasn't here yet. So
we
watched.
Put Ferris Bueller on. It's genius. It's just it's hilarious.
It ages so honestly, it might age better than, dude. The things he does to that principal. Ferris is it's such a like honestly, if you've never seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like listeners, like just go watch it. Right now.
It's something you have to watch.
And on that note, I had in my honorable mentions. I don't know if you guys would have it. Go watch Back to the Future series. All that's on Netflix.
I haven't watched that yet, but that's on my list.
Go watch all.
Yeah,
that.
I haven't watched it either. Actually.
Go watch the popular '80s movies. Breakfast Club. I don't think it's on Netflix. Just in general, go watch.
I
all
know.
those.
I've seen Breakfast
I've seen
Club.
that one.
Breakfast Club.
I have a post. I love Breakfast Club, but it's not on Netflix. So that's a great one, Aiden. It's such a funny movie. What's her face is beautiful. Like my dream girl. Sloane, dude.
Sloane.
I might put a picture in the video.
Yo, get a picture of Sloane.
Oh
dude,
my
her name,
God.
bro. Sloane.
Her eyes, bro. I'm done. I can't.
Dude, and at the end when she's just like, I'm gonna marry that boy. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, Sloane.
You're not even rooting for Ferris. You're rooting for Sloane. Sloane's the main story. Every time she came up on the screen, Aiden and I would be like, "Oh my God, dude, there's Sloane. Like, look how cute she is." Dude, she's like, if I could go back in time,
she's adorable, bro.
if I could wish for 2 things, it would to be able to be, amazingly attractive, and 2 to go back in time so I could make Sloane my wife. Those would be my 2 things. If I could wish for 2 things in the world, that's what it is.
Fair enough.
Can I become Ferris Bueller?
Yeah. All right. So my number 5.
Yep. Let's hear it.
This was a tough trying to narrow down my 5. And actually, I watched this. These are all ones I watched recently too. My number 5 is The Social Network.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's on there right now. It's a real good one. I don't know. Maybe it's like the tech nerd in me. /
Michael Cera.
Dude, I love Michael. He's like, I will not steal anything from you.
It's Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse, whatever. What
Oh, wait,
say?
it's not Michael Cera?
It's Jesse Eisenberg.
They're like the same person.
They look
Pretty much,
exactly
yeah.
the same.
I know. I knew, but no, he's phenomenal.
He does a really good
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
He's like, I didn't steal anything from you.
Yeah.
Like when he gets serious, it's like it's so
It's so
intense.
great.
It's awesome.
It's,
It's great acting.
If for those of you that don't know, The Social Network came out in 2010. It's about Facebook and plot's basically
Justin Timberlake. Why don't we take the out of it?
Yeah, it's just Facebook.
Just Facebook.
No, Justin Timberlake's in it. Jesse Eisenberg. Trying to think of some other characters, but yeah, no, or actors. It's a really good movie for you guys to like. It's basically about how Facebook got popular and how he came up with the idea and how he was getting sued because people thought it was their idea. It's a whole thing, but it's a really good movie. It's like 2.5 hours. It's a really solid watch. So it's got really high Rotten Tomatoes too. So
Yep.
Check that one out.
All right, so my number 5 is a little bit of a throwback. It's sort of like a kid's movie. The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh my God.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, it is.
No way,
I found it on there, and I was like, this has to be in my top 5. It's not so much on my top 5 because I like it or I think it's a aesthetically good movie. Just maybe a little bit because of the pure memeability of George Lopez's character, the Watts guy,
Bro.
Mr. Watts. Is that his name?
That and
Yeah.
like that song Shark Boy sings.
Dream.
Dream.
If
Dude,
you're out, close
dude,
your
he-
eyes.
bar-
Right.
Bars.
Bars.
Yeah, I just like when the guy like electrocutes those sharks or something. Doesn't something like that happen? Or no, he's like, "What's the time?"
Oh yeah, he's like sharks
Dude.
with like freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
That movie is just like it's just for the pure like lols, really.
Dude, but growing up, I think like there was definitely a time when like 6-year-old Max was like, "That's my favorite movie."
I don't
You know
think it
what
was
I mean?
ever my favorite movie. I just like.
I watched that religiously, man.
Yeah.
I
All right.
really did.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Aiden, number 4.
Lava Girl.
No, my number 4 was actually pretty infamous. I don't know about infamous, but in notoriety. Moonlight.
Dude, that's crazy. That's on my list.
I've never seen it. What is it?
Ooh, it won Best Picture, didn't it?
Yeah.
What is it?
But it was in like the craziest
Alright,
way
it-
because La La Land was the same year.
Yeah. Didn't expect it.
So it's recent.
And it was really big
Yeah.
that it won because it's about.
one, what it's about, but also because the guy said La La Land won.
Yeah,
And then
like,
they were like,
man,
whoa, no. Moonlight,
Oh, so
Moonlight
it was
is
a Steve
the
Harvey situation.
folks.
I
dude, that Steve Harvey video is hilarious.
folks, I'm sorry.
Folks.
I'm gonna. Have to
I made a mistake.
What were you saying?
That's my number 1 actually. I watched it recently and I love that.
What's it
movie.
about?
The reason why it's
beautiful.
big, huge that it won a Best Picture, it's basically about this African American kid growing up, and then the whole movie you get to see him go through his journey.
Yeah, there's like 3 sections of the movie. Each section, so the first
Like a
section is
different
him
part
as
of
a
his
kid. The first section is him as a kid. The second like the middle section is him as a teen, and then he becomes an adult. And at the beginning, he is running from these kids, and these kids are like calling him. They're calling him the F word. They're calling him like they're beating up on him, and this like guy who sells drugs. He's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
He is like.
He basically takes him in as a father
kinda,
figure.
yeah, as a
Because
father figure.
his mom works all the time, and
his mom
I think
is a drug addict.
Drug
and
addict.
guess who sells her drugs?
The father figure, right?
Okay.
But the whole journey, the whole thing, the reason why it's huge that it won Best Picture is because not only is it basically
Here's the other thing about the journey that you need to know, because what makes this movie crazy is by the third section when he's an adult, he also is like a gangbanger and sells drugs.
yeah, so it's like
So
full
it's
circle.
like full circle.
But-
Like he's this timid kid that had this father figure that was selling drugs, so he did the same. Like,
But the thing is that the whole movie it's based on. It's great because, like I said, it's huge that it won Best Picture because it's a full African American movie, and also he's gay. Like
yeah, the main
lead is
character is gay. Yeah.
So the whole thing is like his journey with becoming a gangbanger / like him becoming like him figuring out his sexual like
he's figuring out his sexuality.
sexuality.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome. It's just
it's just
and the
honestly it's one of the
film
best
work-
movies you can
and the
watch.
film work
That's why
and
it's my number 1.
the
It's
film
just-
work and the camera work is just, and the acting is just, it's all incredible. It's a
It,
good.
it really makes you feel something.
Yeah.
It's a watch that
Some
you're just
people are like,
"Man."
some people might say it's boring. There's not a lot of action, but it's just to watch and connect. It's beautiful.
Okay. I'll definitely have to watch that. Yeah.
It's my number 1. So
Yeah,
I put it
alright.
4.
Okay. Fair enough. Max, your number 4.
oh, my number 4. I was about to be like, I just went. So my number 4 is The Disaster Artist. Don't know if you guys saw that.
Never seen that.
So it's Franco Rogan movie, based off of The Room by Tommy Wiseau. It's about the.
I know what
making-
you're talking about. I need to see that movie.
Dude, it's really good.
What's it called again?
The Disaster Artist.
Yes. That's
Dave
what-
Franco and James Franco are the main characters. Seth Rogen's in it,
Okay.
as like a producer, and it's about the making of like possibly the biggest cult film of all time. That's also the shittiest movie of all time. But this guy Tommy Wiseau is the creator, writer, and actor in it, head actor, and he's this whole movie basically he doesn't think he struggles because he doesn't think he thinks he's really important and he has a lot of talent, but he really doesn't. And he thinks his movie's like it's supposed to be serious, but everyone takes it as a joke kind of. And it's really cool because James Franco plays him phenomenally. Like it's basically a biopic is what it is. And you guys gotta go watch it because it's just James Franco like
I've heard about this.
the
I
way
need
the
to
way
watch
they
it.
the movie's based off of like I said a biopic, so it's not really their writing. Like obviously they turn it into a movie, but it's a really like the whole story behind that's really cool to watch. And it's just I watched it recently, and it's honestly because it's such a big movie, it's like one of the best movies you can watch on Netflix. It's got a lot of it's humor, it's a good movie, man.
Okay.
Allison Brie's in it because she's Dave Franco's wife, but it's a good movie.
Okay. Fair enough. My number 4 is Bloodsport. I don't know if you guys ever seen that.
I have not seen that.
No,
It's with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It is.
Oh.
It's like an old one. It's about where he I don't know if he's in like he goes to Japan or something, but it's basically they call it blood sport because it's like this super intense form of like martial arts fighting where they like fight to the death sort of thing, and it's like this super intense, like high pain tolerance, high
Jesus.
everything, and like Jean-Claude Van
So
Damme
intense.
goes like the white boy from like the U.S. or something, and he goes and he tries to like win this tournament. It's insane.
Sounds like some Bruce Lee shit.
It is.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's a really good watch as well.
That sounds
You guys
dope.
need to
I
watch
might go
that
check that out. The
Yep.
Van Daminator.
Yep.
Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Fair enough. All right, Aiden, 3.
Number 3. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yet to see that, but I want to.
Yeah, me too.
Bro, you think you can't handle another Spider-Man movie, and then you're like, holy cow, this one's awesome.
Is that the
And
first
it's
cartoon
animated
one?
too.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
animated one.
Yeah.
The music's cool too, because like Post Malone, and Sway Lee, and like it's just
That's
it's
where,
so vibey and boppy and like
Isn't that where Sunflower came from? That movie?
yeah.
Yeah, they wrote it for that movie, I think, right?
That's cool. Movie or song.
Yeah, it's a kids movie, but it's like it's
What's his face is in
very
it?
cool.
The guy from New Girl. Jake Johnson.
Yeah, Jake Johnson, John Mulaney's in it.
No way.
He's the pig.
The pig.
I know a lot of people that love John Mulaney.
I love John Mulaney.
All right, fair enough. I think, I definitely want to see that at some point. I mean,
It's
yeah.
solid.
Max, you're number 3.
My number 3. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. Jersey Boys, based off of one of my favorite musical groups, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. They sing like the song like, I'm trying to think of one you guys would know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys. They're like a '50s doo-wop band.
Oh,
They sing.
It's foreign territory, friend.
yeah.
You guys ever hear Sherry? Sherry, Sherry, baby.
No clue.
You lost us.
It's
over.
either way, it's
The
about
moment's over.
it's about a '50s doo-wop band that grew up in New Jersey.
Fair enough.
Wait, Jersey Boys?
Yeah, it was a musical.
I think I know what it is.
It was a musical, but they made a movie out of it, and it's like.
I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I know exactly what that is.
It's
I've heard of it.
And I claimed I did musicals in high school.
it's awesome. I actually saw the musical when I was like 11 or something, but they made a movie out of it a couple years later. It's on
I
Netflix.
know exactly what song you're talking about now too. I'm sorry that took me too long.
Yeah, but it's a good movie. I mean, it's basically, I guess it's kind of a musical, but not really. But it's about Frankie Valli, who's one of the best singers like of all time. They say doo-wop wise, and just like them in general, their lives for about 20 years. I love music, so for me,
sounds cool.
yeah, it's definitely cool. It's definitely a cool movie. Check it out.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, fair
For
enough.
sure.
So my number 3 is a classic, absolute, I want to say like cornerstone of American cinema. It's something that everybody references, everybody knows about, even if you haven't seen it. Silence of the Lambs.
I saw that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Clarice.
That shit's scary, man. I
Yeah,
never.
it's pretty terrifying.
Hannibal Lecter. Clarice.
This motherfucker's creeping me out.
Yeah, but like
Well, the trucker.
it's
sorry.
like the OG like gross horror movie sort of thing.
Clarice, you don't want to do that now, do you?
It's like up there with The Shining.
It's so creepy.
It is.
It's so.
Well, like not even.
Well, and then
I don't even
that's
think
the Buffalo Bill one too, isn't it?
No,
yeah.
that to me is the more creepy than Hannibal. Anything
Oh,
that he does
100%.
is the Buffalo Bill like
with
character.
the puppy.
Well, like and how he's like growing her out to like get her skin and stuff. Like that's just like, and how he dresses up all in like drag and all this stuff. But then he's like fattening her up to get her like skin to wear. It's like, oh my god, dude! Like
So what's happening right now?
I don't like it.
yeah,
I don't like
it's
it
very
one bit.
uncomfortable.
Then she has to go to like a cannibal to try and get crack the code.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like well, I don't.
The Hannibal show's on Netflix now too.
Is it good though?
I don't know.
Lecter, isn't it called Lecter?
No, it's called Hannibal.
Oh, it's just called Hannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
Nothing
from
will
when
beat
he's
Silence of the Lambs,
young.
though. I haven't seen the sequels.
Dude,
they
the
good?
Red Dragon's phenomenal.
Is it?
Edward Norton's the lead in that one. He's the lead detective. It's a prequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, when they're catching Hannibal?
No. Hannibal's still in jail too. Edward Norton's the detective. He goes to Hannibal, who's still in jail, to figure out how to catch this red dragon guy who's eating people, I think.
So many people are eating people.
Yeah. And
Jeffrey Dahmer?
dude, you get to, and you know who plays the guy, the cannibal? Voldemort. The guy who played Voldemort.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
really?
got to be a good movie.
Yeah, it's so good. You see his butt too for a little bit. So.
How's that?
Yeah.
Average.
But yeah, like, nobody's really done like a good, like, Jeffrey Dahmer sort of story.
There's that one with the guy from Austin and Alley, my friend Dahmer.
Oh yeah.
Was that a good one?
It doesn't do any of the crazy stuff.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood does a pretty good
Dude,
job. The
like,
whole Manson shit.
But nobody.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
That thing's hilarious.
But then you look at the Charles Manson stuff. But then you look at Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer honestly was on a different level to Charles Manson.
Yeah, but
Charles Manson
also,
was
like,
creepy
brainwashed.
because
Well, like
he
no, but like
brainwashed
what
so
I mean
many
is
people.
like he brainwashed
Oh, the
people.
things he actually. You're saying
he
the
did
things
this-
Jeffrey Dahmer actually
like
did.
the thing that, but Manson never killed anybody with his actual like hands,
Right,
Like
I got
himself, he just made other
That's
people.
the
do it
crazy
for him.
part.
What Dahmer did was so like unbelievably gross and like scary.
Sus
That's
AF.
very true.
Like-
that's very true.
Like how he would have like, and a lot of the time if you think about it, the media coverage was like everybody was like coming out with that he was he was gay, and like that was like even a bigger story. It's like no, I don't care that he's gay. He literally ate people and then like, you know, engaged in necrophilia. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. That's whatever you are. That's absolutely horrifying.
Damn, that led us on a
Yeah.
on a
All
path.
right. So Aiden, you're number 2.
Not to get too dark there.
Wow.
Is that
My
what
number
it was?
2 is a lighthearted comedy called "Get Him to the Greek."
Oh, that's a good one,
That's
man.
a good one. Yeah.
With
I forgot that's on
what's
there.
that guy's name? Is it
Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Russell
he was there
Brand.
for a while.
He's
What's
hilarious.
Aldous Snow?
Oh, this snow.
I'm Aldous Snow. I hope you know that.
Rose Byrne, the girl in Neighbors, Seth Rogen's wife in Neighbors, plays his Russell Brand's wife in that movie. I forget her name, the pop star.
Yeah. Oh
They're
my
good
gosh.
together. I like when they make Jonah do the drugs. I forget what the drugs are called.
Pet.
And they're like petting the rugs and shit.
Pet the rug. Pet the rug.
Yeah. Russell Brand honestly is phenomenal in
That movie's great. Yeah.
Who's the guy? Someone plays. Oh, P Diddy.
P. Diddy's in it. Yeah, P. Diddy. P.
P
Diddy's
Diddy's
in it.
phenomenal too.
Yeah.
He's like, what does he say? I forget what that line is. He says something to Jonah Hill. He's like, he's talking about getting the client. He's just like, I'm gonna finish him.
Yeah.
he's like,
Some
he's like,
sus shit.
Oh, he's like, mind read or something like that.
Yeah.
I forget.
No,
It's
that's a
funny
good
though.
ass movie.
Mhm.
It's honestly overlooked as far as like Jonah Hill movies go. It's a good comedy.
Oh, dude, it's and then it branched freaking forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. Cause it's the same. It's the same.
Out of Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this.
Aldous Snow.
It's such a good movie. That is.
All right, Max. Let's hear.
All
your
right, my number 2. This is you guys definitely don't know this movie. Well, you might. Probably not though. It's called We Are Your Friends with Zac Efron.
No clue.
He it's a weird movie, but it's definitely like an intriguing one to watch. Basically, he's a DJ that lives in LA with a bunch of his friends, and they try to all get along. They're trying to make it in LA. They're like dirt cheap, but he starts to get like he meets this guy, and then Zac Efron, Emily Ratajkowski's in it,
Okay.
and Zac Efron and Emily Ratajkowski like hook up, but Emily Ratajkowski's husband is the guy that's giving Zac Efron all these DJing opportunities. So it's kind of like it's a love story.
I think I've heard of this.
Picture
one.
like Coachella in a movie. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
But more alternative. So,
Speaking of that, did you guys watch the Avicii documentary?
the what? The what?
The Avicii documentary.
Oh no, I didn't know
Dude,
that.
you guys need to watch that at some point.
Is it dope?
Well, it's just crazy what Avicii was doing.
Yeah.
He was doing so many shows, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was insane.
He was just overbooked.
He was well, and like at first he loved it, and then I think after like the first year, when he went on to like for 3 years he did like a crazy number of shows.
Well, you gotta take breaks for yourself.
That's what I'm
man.
saying, and he did. He just kept going. He was
Well,
amazing.
Like the thing about his music is like I could imagine like more. I would say more than like I don't know like a John Marr or something. That like his type of music like. I feel like his songs in his own head, like I know he made them, but I feel like his songs in his own head is like if I hear "Wake Me Up One More Time."
Oh,
then I
absolutely,
hurt
yeah.
myself.
Well, I think that's the way with all EDM. Well, why do you think like rock star, well, even like rappers, the pattern is drop an album, tour the album, take a year off, drop an album, tour the
yeah,
album.
because it's like
you can't sustain a 3-year straight tour. Like
Well,
that's
they're-
got to be awful, man.
Yeah, I mean, Travis Scott has got to be tired of just people like just like telling him to like play like Astro World, like come
Oh my
on,
God,
man, like do
Play Sicko Mode.
yeah, like sicko mode.
Well, why
Like,
do you think? Why do you think?
Antidote, man, come on.
Why do you think all these musicians get so they become alcoholics and drug addicts.
Yeah, it's like
You got to do something to like.
well, it's
sedate
even
yourself.
it's not
Bro,
even
this
that.
is so off topic. I'm sorry I did this.
I don't care. It's
I
fine.
know. I'm just saying.
No,
It's
but
crazy.
like what I'm saying, it's just
What movie did that stem off of?
We Are Your Friends.
the you
Oh,
were
with
talking
the
about
DJ.
the Avicii
Oh,
documentary.
okay. Back to that.
No, I know, but like, yeah, go back
The
to
movie.
that.
So Zac Efron, like, and Emily Ratajkowski get involved, but the guy that Emily Ratajkowski is dating at the time is pushing Zac Efron as a DJ, and he's like an older guy who's been there and done that. But it also revolves around Zac Efron and his 3 other friends that live in LA, and it kind of goes through the grind, and then it gets into like partying too hard and shit like that. It's a really cool movie.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's like watching Coachella, but in a very
That's
subtle
where
way.
it came from, Coachella. It was Avicii.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, go check that out. We Are Your Friends. It's called with Zac Efron.
All right. Number 2 for me is a classic as well. I feel like I say that for all of them. But Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. By
Classic.
far my favorite Indiana Jones movie.
I agree.
Actually. The Last Crusade. Even
Last
though it's
Crusade's the
last
best one.
It is the best one because it incorporate. Well, Shia LaBeouf is great in that as well.
Wait,
no, he's not in that one.
The Kingdom
No,
of
oh
the-
wait, what am I thinking of?
Last
Kingdom
Crusade.
of the Crystal
Hey, I'm
You're thinking of
Kingdom of the
Sean
Crystal Skull.
Connery.
That one is also good. Yeah, Sean Connery is fantastic. And plus the Nazis, like you can't get better than like them as a villain.
Dude, that whole
You know?
scene at the beginning, I think it's at the beginning.
He, like,
when they're
meets
fighting
Hitler.
the Nazis and shit. It's crazy.
The scene where they're in the room tied to each other and the whole thing is getting on fire.
When they're burning the books, though. You remember
Oh
that?
yeah,
And
and then
the
he's like
Hitler, yeah.
Hitler signs his book. Hitler signs the like the diary
yes, yeah.
like built to like keep him. Yeah.
Dude, is that the one at the beginning where they're like fighting in this warehouse?
No, it's his little kid.
No, that's the Kingdom
that's
of
the
the
Kingdom.
Crystal
That's the
Skull.
newest one.
oh shit.
That one's not bad either. I don't mind that one actually. But
Yeah, that one slept on.
yeah,
It's
true.
okay.
But
The Last
The
Crusade.
Last Crusade is a
phenomenal.
classic.
Well, yeah, I
The
know
beginning
that.
of that's
I
when
know
he's a
that.
little kid. I
Yeah.
talked about that in another podcast. I know I did, but
Yeah, you did.
it's a classic. And River Phoenix, phenomenal.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm. All right, Aiden, you're number 1.
If you haven't seen Uncut Gems yet, go see it.
Ooh.
I haven't seen it.
Go see
I've
it.
seen it.
It's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, I need to see it.
Go see it.
That movie, I will say, that movie does an excellent job of really making you feel like the hectic nature of this dude's life and like the way like the first 10 minutes.
Dude, I was
it's
like,
just
what are you doing?
Well, it's like the first 10 minutes. It's like, oh my god, like what? There's so much going on. Like you can't even wrap your mind around it. It takes you a while.
Well, he keeps screwing himself.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, it's like the way.
and then
plus-
by the time he finally does it, it doesn't matter.
Well, if anybody doubted that Adam Sandler could actually like act in a
he
serious
can't.
movie,
It was amazing.
like how many
Shout
lines
out-
he
hey,
had to memorize.
Shout out KG.
It's true.
Shout out
He's pretty
KG.
good in that.
KG.
But like that's the thing, like how many lines he had to memorize, and like he was just, it's like it seemed like they just did a one shot take the whole thing. It was crazy.
Bro, and just real quick on Adam Sandler while we're talking about it, like he gets such a bad fucking like shtick.
He's
as
a
an
good
actor.
dude.
He's a good actor. Think about it, people like shit on him because all he makes are like bad comedy movies. Grown Ups, I looked up. Grown Ups 1 and 2 made like I think each like 500 mil on the box office.
Those I think are his best.
He's a
movies.
successful actor, bro.
Dude, Grown Ups is hilarious.
Happy Gilmore.
Well,
bro.
the things.
The
Oh,
Water
dude.
Boy, like all that
Water
shit.
Boy.
Think about it.
Bobby Boucher. Yeah.
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher, The Wedding
Um,
Singer. If you ever saw that,
Yeah, he's got.
Longest Yard.
yeah.
The
What's the
remake.
one where he's in like kindergarten?
Oh, Billy Madison.
Billy-
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Billy Madison's.
Like, dude, he's provided us
Wacky.
with a lot of entertainment. You know?
He's a good actor.
He is.
But yeah, like what I will say about Adam Sandler is like a lot of his movies though are known to have like way too many brand deals.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like when he's getting like that new one like Jack and Jill or whatever. Like apparently Dunkin' Donuts or some company was like all over that and it was just kind of
Yeah.
annoying. Like
Hey,
everybody-
whatever gets you the cash, dog.
Yeah, but I mean he's
Cash
obviously
flow.
So Max, your number 1 was already taken.
Yeah, but I just remembered real quick because I know Ian, you have to do yours yet. I
No,
forgot.
he just did his.
Oh yeah, shit, you did.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut
Why
Gems.
am I so like? I think it's just late. I just remember though that I think Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, and Return of the King are on there.
Yeah.
So because Aiden already said Moonlight, I'll supplement that as my number 1 because those
Mhm.
are my favorite movies of all time.
So
So
classic.
go check
Two
those out.
Towers I think is the best one
I think
in my opinion.
I think Fellowship is, but it's not on Netflix.
Fellowship is amazing too.
They're all freaking
They're all
amazing, man.
insane.
The third one won 17
I haven't watched
Oscars.
them.
To me I just like the
I haven't watched
the
them
whole
in so long.
You should go check them out.
To
I
me, I
probably
really
should.
just like the whole evil way of like Saruman. I think that plot line is so intriguing to me.
The whole thing just slaps, man. I don't
It's
know.
insane. It's insane.
But yeah, we don't have to delve too deep into that because
Yeah.
we can
My
do that
num-
another time.
My number one. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Max, you'd really like this movie. I know. The King.
Yeah, I watched half of that at school, remember, and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Is that the one? who's
Robert
in-
Pattinson's in it.
Yeah.
Timothée Chalamet
Yep, you
as
told
well.
me. You told me about that one.
That movie is
Dude,
insane.
why do
Netflix
why
original.
do women love Timothy Chalamet so much?
I don't know.
Have you heard that like stereotype?
Yeah.
What's the
they're
deal?
crazy about him.
What's
I
he
mean,
even look?
he
Show
lo-
me a
he's-
picture of this
He's
guy.
pretty attractive.
I might have talked about this before, but I just need to know.
He's pretty attractive. He can speak French. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like
I need
the
picture evidence.
he's the classic like indie.
Apparently, he's got like a really good fashion.
He's the classic. He looks like a young like Tommy Lee or something. He's like a classic indie boy.
Yeah, I know.
I get it. I get it.
He's a really good actor, though.
Actually, his
That's
hair
what
looks
I've
like
heard.
mine when I grow mine out.
Anyways.
Yeah, but The King is
I've heard you say this
is
one
an
before.
amazing movie. It's based on like true historical events, and
Which I think is dope the way they did
yeah,
that. Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet is a great
Why
actor.
did I say that like Aziz?
And it really like a lot of movies these days are doing it, like getting into like I feel like in the past there were so many movies who had like this glorification of like the Middle Ages and what it was like,
Yeah.
and like they were all like dignified and everything. Recently movies have become more like it was really them just like scrounging around in the mud, like getting disease and dying randomly and stuff like. And this movie exemplifies that, I think, better than no other. Because if you watch the Robert Pattinson's part where they end up fighting him, I won't spoil anything, but it's pretty, and it's super realistic and it's pretty funny, and like the battle scenes in this are just. It's not so much like clean sword fighting battle. It's really
I
just
think that
like
it's really realistic.
a ton of men. That's what. Yeah, like a ton of men just like running together and like bumping together. And it's like that is probably what it was like back then.
That's awesome.
So it's an excellent movie.
That's
see it.
that's dope.
Also, it's got the guy who plays Tommen and
That's dope.
Lord of the Game of Thrones in it.
That's dope.
He
Did I
like
sound like
that.
Aziz? That's dope. Maybe not.
No.
Timothy Chalamet is dating Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp.
Of course he is.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
He's the next Johnny Depp.
he's a good actor though.
Yeah,
He's
I love Johnny
He's
Depp.
the next
man.
Johnny Depp.
Oh, can we just say like Pirates of the Caribbean? Only
dude,
the
such-
newest one is on there, I think.
Such
Yeah, we're good.
classics.
But those are amazing.
Disney Plus has
movies.
them all, baby.
Yeah,
I know.
I need to get Disney.
Dude, we
Plus.
should just have a binge part. Yo, I'm inviting any of our followers. Y'all want to come down to the stew? We're gonna watch all of the Pirates of the Caribbeans.
Amazing movies.
8 a.m. to about
Orlando
midnight.
Bloom,
Legolas, if you will.
Legolas.
He'll forever be Legolas over Will Turner for me, but he
He's
makes a
always gonna be-
damn good Will Turner.
He's always gonna be Will Turner for me. And what's the chick's name?
Elizabeth Swan,
Elizabeth
Keira
Elizabeth
Knightley.
Swan, Keira Knightley.
Is that who it is?
Dude, I remember growing up, man, and I was just like,
Keira Knightley.
I was like, yo, Kira, come through. No,
Yeah. But those movies are classics.
she asked me what's my type. I'm like, Keira Knightley
There you go.
or Natalie Portman. I'll take either.
Padme or
honest.
Elizabeth, whatever you want.
Yeah, but
Or
Should we
Liv
leave it
Tyler,
there?
mainly Liv Tyler.
yeah, should we leave it there, boys?
Yeah, I think that was a good pod. It was pretty long. I think longer than we expected, actually.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But yeah, hope y'all enjoy this
We
content.
elaborated on some decent topics there.
Hope y'all go check out all our movies, cause for real, I think maybe y'all don't have our taste. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying our taste is probably shit. Other than Noah's.
I mean,
I'm
even
pranking you,
mine-
Aiden.
Even
Cool.
mine, like The Adventures of
No,
Shark Boy and
no.
Lava Girl, I put that on.
Definitely go check out all these movies. I think you guys will like them.
Yeah.
Some gems in there
For
too.
sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Check out my rom-coms. Don't forget.
Before we leave, anything by Tarantino that's on Netflix.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we'll do a
we-
Tarantino pod.
we
We'll do a
decided-
Tarantino
we
Yeah,
decided not
for
to-
people who got mad that we didn't include any Tarantino movies, we decided that
Early on.
we were all gonna have like at least
I would have
Django on there.
I would have had 2 on it.
I might have had 3. on there.
Maybe 3.
I would have had 3.
I would have had one because I haven't seen. Well, no, fuck Pulp Fiction. I mean,
Yeah,
Pulp Fiction.
That's
So I would've had
what
2.
I'm
I would've had
thinking.
2.
My 3 would have been Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, and Django.
I didn't. Django would have been my one.
Mine.
Actually,
Wait,
Pulp Fiction.
is Hateful 8 on?
Oh, it might.
Yeah, it
be,
is
dude.
on Netflix.
Bro, Hateful 8, Inglorious, and
We're gonna do
Django.
a full Tarantino.
Yeah, so
pod.
that's basically why we didn't do it. It would be pretty dumb and pretty like quick. So we decided to exclude Tarantino movies. I don't know why he has so many on Netflix actually, but I'm glad he does. I'll say that.
Agreed.
But make sure that you guys follow us on all our social medias. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok. Subscribe wherever you listen to the pod, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Spotify. We're also on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker. So make sure you give it a listen. Keep supporting the pod. We love doing this. We love bringing it to you guys. We're definitely going to come out with more in the future. Definitely, as things go, we're going to try to have a regular scheduled date. Obviously, that might get impeded like it has, but we'll usually try to make it up to you guys with like 2 in a week or something in quick succession. But
Pow.
yeah, we keep supporting the pod. We love doing this, and
we love y'all.
Yeah,
most
we love y'all.
importantly.
We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Deuces.
I love all of you.
Pop.
Oh.